Howdy there, everyone. It's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, how are you? Hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Today, we're out here with a little dog walk, little potty walk with the boy. Just got done with, well, actually, no. I got done with work about an hour ago. But some exciting stuff happened right as I was wrapping up work, and so we're going to get to it. But I hope you're doing well. Make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. It is a beautiful day out, even though it should still be cold and snowy and all that stuff, but we're having an unprecedented warm March and moving into April. We're just a few days away from April 1st. Today's Thursday, so we're 6 days away. But yeah, we had a meeting at work today, and that was definitely one of the topics. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, the extreme drought situation that we're going to be moving into this year, and the likelihood of getting some big storms or rainstorms to make the difference is pretty much off the table at this point, just with forecasting. It's going to be one of the driest, warmest years that Colorado has had on record. Denver metro area has had on record ever in the history of it being recorded. So it's pretty wild, but trying to see the tiniest of silver lining in that by saying it is beautiful out. It is beautiful out. So I think we're moving into a water restriction stage, meaning people are, even though it's warming up and lawns are trying to come up and stuff, there's restrictions against watering those lawns until later on, and even then there's probably going to be restrictions on when you can. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about fun stuff. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. For me, life is going well. Hiccups here and there the past few days, but nothing that is, nothing too crazy. I'm here, and I'm living, and I'm happy, so that's the important part. Appo's happy. As far as life updates, really all I can say is I'm moving full speed ahead into helping with construction work on my new apartment, prepping to move into said new apartment. And so my weekends and even some weekdays are being devoted to helping out with that. So not as much time to film necessarily, or I've got to really cram it in where I can, and not as much time to diamond paint, so I've got to cram that in where I can. And that has led to some late nights trying to get progress done on some stuff. But it's okay. We're moving along. We're moving and grooving, and it's good. It's good. Appo's happy. We're happy. It's good. So yeah, this will be a shorter walk. We went on a super long walk yesterday. I will be honest in saying that I have filmed, I think, 3 vlogs since the last time we spoke, but each one just, I share everything with you guys, and I kind of just word vomit a lot. And there was just some stuff there where I'm like, yes, I'm, having some stressful moments here and there, and there's things that are going on that I'm like, that are a lot. There's a lot going on right now. I feel like life is moving 1,000 miles a minute right now. And so I spent a lot of time diving into all of that stuff. And so I'm listening back to these vlogs. I'm like, you know what? These are all kind of a little bit of downers. So this is like take 4, and I'm just going to try to focus on one particular topic. But all that being said, this will be probably a shorter kind of potty walk just down to the Coors plant and back, because we did a super long walk yesterday. Did an off-leash walk the day prior, so we're going to make it a little bit shorter today, and then I might take him back out tonight. Okay, we've been sniffing right here for way too long. Way too long. Come on. Wow, there's something here that he does not want to let go of. That's fine. That means a shorter walk, Appo. So let's get into Summer of Seoul. This little series that I was like, oh, it'll be very casual, and it still will be, especially for you guys. Very casual, it's not an actual paint along or an event, and I'm not asking you to paint along with me from certain shops or do anything like that. It's just a series to share and highlight some Korean shops that I've been discovering. So that was kind of the start of it. Over the past week and a half, I have done this to myself, self-inflicted, but it has become a bit bigger, because I just kept having ideas, and what about this, and what about this, and this would be cool, and this would be fun. So before you know it, I'm like, oh wow, this is becoming more of a thing. It's going to be a really cool summer. But alongside, and we'll talk about what's been going on. Okay, we're over. We're over that one little area. He has been, I kid you not, he can't keep his nose off the ground recently. It's been tough to walk with him because he's so interested in all of the sniffs. I don't know if maybe there's a new dog in town, or if the animals have been coming out for the spring and kind of exploring and wandering, but he's been like this. Just every inch of everywhere we walk needs thorough investigation. Even though we come over here sometimes multiple times a day, he's just really interested in all of the things, all of the sniffs. The other day he was sniffing this bush over closer to downtown. He was sniffing it for so long and so hard that there was literally a puddle of nose dribble underneath where he was investigating, because when he gets his sniffs on, his nose gets really wet. I don't know if that helps them with scent recognition, but I was like, dude, you're leaving a puddle on the sidewalk from this bush. Just needed all of his energy and focus for 4 minutes. Right? Yeah, it did. Come here. So he's also been a really happy pup because Alex and MJ have been dog sitting for one of their friends who has a new puppy, a new Siberian Husky puppy. So we've gone over there for me to work on the apartment, and the puppy's there. His name is Yeti, and Apollo has been he's in love. Apollo's been teaching him how to play, do play bows, and wrestle. I mean, he's just a little baby puppy. He's so cute. So Apollo's just been having the time of his life over there. I think he already went back to his owner, but I told Alex and MJ, I'm like, yeah, you're going to need to keep in mind that a second dog is on my list of things I'd like to have happen after I move in. I don't know when, but it's on my list. After I get settled and get things figured out, that's something I'm considering, and they approved. So just seeing Apollo with a puppy just solidified that he needs a brother and sister, a brother or sister. So anyway, I was even looking at puppies today, I'll be quite honest, at work. So Summer of Seoul. So yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait for this summer. I mean, I'm going to be doing some traveling stuff and coaster stuff. So a lot of this I'm trying to pre-record and get in front of. But let's break down what's been going on shop-wise. Quickly touching on my one whip that is not related to Summer of Seoul right now. My custom from Diamond Art Club, me and Apollo. No progress on it. Here we are, back to this spot. Something happened here that he's interested in. No progress on that kit. As soon as my first Korean shop kit came in, that one got kind of hung up, and that won't be touched on until after all of this is said and done. And then another whip that I have is Amaterasu by Felix Art. That kit just came in yesterday, and my deadline to get content up for that collaboration that was sent to me for a collaboration was yesterday. So I scrambled to get that done, that unboxing done, so that's there. And then last night I filmed the first impressions video and got that up today. So everything's done as far as my obligations to Felix for that collaboration. It's all done. So that got hung up, and that I'm not sure when I'll get to that one. It's going to be quite some time. Maybe this fall, maybe this winter, maybe next year. I don't know. I don't know. But as soon as I got done filming that, those two videos, I was like, okay, on the wall you go. We'll see ya after the summer at the very earliest. So yeah, those are my two non-Summer of Seoul related pieces. Moving on. You've already seen, or it's already posted, you should go check it out if you haven't, my unboxing of Pastel Sunday from Starry Night Studio. That kit is, I'd say at this point, 40% done. I am obsessed with that kit. I am more than obsessed. I am enchanted by this kit. It's so beautiful. The materials are so stunning. When you look at that canvas, it looks like there isn't a millimeter of gapping on that thing. And I am not a very clean diamond painter. I'm not a good placer. I'm kind of sloppy. And so the fact that I'm able to get this result out of a canvas, given how poorly I place, is like a miracle. It looks beautiful. The drills are that kind of highly faceted square resin that kind of have that pyramid top that you see from some shops, including Diamond Art Club. They're all that. So it's not even a mix of 9 and 13 plus the high facets, or certain DMC colors are 9 and 13. They're all pyramids. And so it just looks incredibly uniform, just so stunning. Every time I pull it down, I'm just enthralled. I can't get enough of it. I will talk more about it during the finish and review for sure, but I want to say that this is the best canvas I've ever worked on. And nothing else, nothing compares to you, Starry Night Studio. Nothing compares. But there are a couple things that are, that I can say. One complaint, I guess, is there's a lot of trash, because even the littlest bit of a tab or that like fringiness that sometimes you get on the bottom of a resin drill, even the slightest amount of that can cause a little bit of gapping. And usually I would not care. I would not care because, canvases have a little bit of gapping here and there, a majority of the time. So I'm usually not picky about those types of things. I'm like, yeah, there's like a little millimeter here or whatever. That's fine. It's normal. But with this canvas, it is more noticeable because everything else lines up so perfectly. So I find myself picking out more trashy drills that would not be trashy to me with other canvases, with other projects. So I'm sitting there and I'm diamond painting, and if I see one little thing out of a line, I peel it off with my tweezers and flip it upside down, and I'm analyzing it in the light, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's just this tiniest little fringe there. That one's got to go. So it's more trashy because I'm being more picky. So I'm curious to see if I have enough to finish the canvas, because I certainly have more trash than I normally do. The other thing is I can't speak to their regular DMCs, their non-enhancement drills, because this kit is 100% fairy dust, crystal, AB, and glitter or jelly. So there's no regular drills. So I can't tell you whether or not the quality of the regular drills is as good because I don't have any. So my plan is to wait until the end of the month, 6 more days. Starry Night Studio told me on Instagram that they'd be having a new release this month. I think that was back on like the 12th. They told me that, and I've yet to see any announcements about a new release for the month. So I'm gonna wait until the end of the month, and if because I just want to see what the new release is, because I'm not particularly in love with the other offerings on their Etsy shop right now. There's nothing that's like, ooh, I have to have that. So I'm waiting to see whatever it is that comes. And if there is nothing that comes, then in April, first week of April, I will make another purchase of a kit that maybe I'm not in love with, but it's fine for the purposes of testing. I'm going to pick out one of their kits that does have regular drills, regular, non-enhancements. So I can give a full, true review or full, true opinion on every type of drill they offer. But what I'm working on so far is just, the rendering is very linear, kind of that chunkier style hand rendering a la Diamond Art Club, which I'm really appreciating right now because I'm able to make good progress. And so it's just a joy. It's an absolute joy to work on that canvas every single time I pull it down. I've never felt so happy with the quality of a product before. So I'm loving it. I am 40% complete, and I do anticipate on finishing that in April is my hope. That way, that'll be kind of my first finish for the series. All right, that's Starry Night Studio. Moving on, we have Queen's Atelier. I received my Queen's Atelier canvas 3 days ago, in from Korea. That shipping took about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. The Starry Night Studio and Queen's Atelier both hold stock of their canvases. They're not made to order. So once they're gone, they're gone. Until a restock. So I ordered Where Hanbok Holds Its Grace from Queen's Atelier, in-house artwork, as is Pastel Sunday. And that got here. I immediately, I think it was the next day. I can't remember. Regardless, I filmed the unboxing. I'm not going to go into any details because I want to save it for the actual unboxing, but the unboxing is filmed. I did a swatch, what I'm starting to call my drill swatches, where I take you upstairs, I set it up, do a shake through of the drills so you can see them in a tray of the regular drills, the ABs, whatever's there, one of each style, so you can see how uniform the drills are, how many facets they have, kind of the look of the ABs, look of the fairy dust, how intense are those enhancements, and just kind of do a drill swatch. So I filmed all that. That is done, edited, and scheduled for April 1st. So you'll see that on April 1st. That's the first official Summer of Soul video, is my Queen's Atelier unboxing. So I have that. It's a 80 by 60 square, and that does have regular drills, fairy dust, and AB. So you'll see that soon. I've already been working on it. I believe I'm 6 sections in on that canvas. About 6 sections in already. So not quite done with my first row because it's 80 centimeters across. So I'm probably 2 sections away from finishing my first row. I kind of wanted to just get the first row done and then share are we gonna have a potty break? Come on. There we go. So yeah, I wanted to do kind of a first impressions video, but I really wanted to get a handle on it, kind of get a feel for the materials, and then I'll talk more about it. I haven't filmed any of that. I've just been working on it, just working on it. So that's being worked on. So those are the first 2. Then, like I said, right as I finished up work today, got a knock on the door and signed for my King Demande canvas, also out of Korea, King Demande. And I was really shocked that got here so quickly. It went from Korea Post to me in like 5 days. And it went from being handed off for shipping from Korea to my doorstep in about 5 days. Way faster than I thought. So I'll be honest in saying I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I could absolutely just be patient and let these boxes sit until, sometime in April, May, or June. But I'm impatient. I'm excited. And honestly, it has to do with wanting to be the first. King Demande, out of the 4 Korean shops that I've purchased from, was the most elusive to purchase from because of how their website is. Google Translate has a tough time with it, and a lot of the information they provide is in infographics or photos, so they don't translate because it's a picture with Korean text Hangul on it. So I have to download the images and then run them through ChatGPT and get it to translate that way. So it's just kind of, I'd say out of all of them, it's been the hardest to shop from because the other 3 are available through Etsy. So King Demande was the hardest to shop from, but I have it. And not only is it hard to shop from, it's the one that I really, truly, well, that's not true. It's the one that has the least amount of content available on YouTube. I don't think I saw anything on YouTube. It was all TikTok and Instagram. I don't even think I saw very many shorts or anything like that, even in Korean language for King Demande. They're kind of in the TikTok and Instagram circles, and even then it's pretty minimal. So that's the one that I'm like, I really want to get that uploaded and shared because I truly believe that I am the first to share an unboxing from King Demande. I'm pretty sure that's the same with Starry Night Studio and the next one we're about to talk about, but certainly King Demande. I haven't heard that name out of anybody's mouth. So, of course, I want to get it going just in case someone sneaks in and does an unboxing. I know they won't unless they got some sort of crazy expedited shipping, or heard me talk about it and got expedited shipping. I don't think so. So anyway, that came in. I just finished that unboxing, the first part of it. So I have to do the drill swatch and shake through to finish up that unboxing. I've been doing longer unboxings with these shops because I really want to show you everything, and I'll probably continue to do this for new to me shops, is do a full drill swatch and all that stuff and kit them up. So I have to do that when we get back home. I have everything set up on my crafting table to do the drill swatch and shake through, finish up that unboxing, and then I can edit that. Let's go this way because of the barking dog. I can edit that and get that ready to go up the day after Queen's Atelier. So that'll be day 2 of Summer of Seoul is the next one, the next shop. So I have those plans, and then after I'm done with my filming tonight, then I'm planning on going live going to take a nice long shower, get comfy, get cozy, and do a pop-up live and kit this up. Kit up my Kingdom on. The title of the canvas is called In the Evening When There Are No Customers. And it's really cute. It's a very cute canvas. I think you're gonna like it. And obviously the live will be done by the time you see this, but go check out the replay if you want to take a look at it. So I'm gonna call this live kind of a Summer of Seoul sneak peek. So we're gonna take a sneak peek look at the Kingdom on canvas, and I might show off my current progress on the other ones. We'll see. But certainly the Kingdom on. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to start working on that canvas too, because the color palette is certainly different from everything else I have coming in from Korea, at least. So that's number 3 is Kingdom on, and I'd say the one I'm probably most excited to post, because I know that there is little to none in terms of YouTube content about this shop. So it feels really cool to be kind of the one to introduce this shop to the YouTube community. Let's go over here. Why don't you go up? There you go. So we've got that. And then number 4 is Pandora. Pandora has an Etsy shop, and I believe they have a site as well, but I believe it's only available in Korea or Asian countries through an app called Naver, Naver, and I don't think, if you can order to the US from that kind of Amazon, I haven't figured it out because it's all in Korean. And it's a phone app, so it's hard. You can't really translate on an app. So I don't know. I'll have to do more research, but I don't think I can. But anyway, they have an Etsy shop. They do mostly pens, mostly diamond painting pens, but it looks like once a month or once every month-ish, they've started to release diamond paintings. And from what I've seen, they only release one a month. So I asked them if they were going to be releasing a kit this month, and they said yes. It came out last week, and I forget what it's called. I feel like it's called like Bedtime Party or something like that. It's a girl all cozied up in bed, and then she has these like mice and what look like dolls that are kind of playing and tucking her in, and it's very cutesy. Not 100% my vibe, but I want to try out Pandora's quality. And that again is another shop that I have not seen anything on YouTube about. It seems like they've only been offering diamond paintings for 3 or 4 months, and this is only the 3rd kit they've ever released. And it's very small batches of kits. Hop up, hop, hop. There you go. So Pandora, they have some really great resin hand-turned pens as well if you're interested in that on Etsy. But so I ordered that. I was thinking that'll come sometime in April, mid-April. That might even be a May canvas where I have to ask Joe and Maddie to keep an eye out and sign for it for me, or keep an eye out for a tag from the post office that I need to go get it. They shipped it like maybe a day or 2 after I ordered it. It's already in USPS's hands, and last update was in California, and that was yesterday. So I have a feeling it's gonna show up this weekend, if not early next week. It happened fast. And that didn't come from Seoul, that came from Busan. That happened fast. So the shipment from these shops that hold stock, that have in-stock items out of Korea, is much faster than I anticipated. These things are clearing customs in like half a day. They're just moving, which puts me in this position to be like, go, go, go. As soon as they come in, I'm like, let's get them going. So that'll be here, and I will do the same thing, unboxing, drill swatches. I don't know if anybody else calls doing that in an unboxing a drill swatch. Maybe I'm coining that, but doing drill swatches and getting that shared, sometime during Summer of Seoul as soon as I can, as soon as it gets here and I can film. So that one's number 4. So those are all 4 of the Korean shops. I've got 3 of the 4 in my hands now, and the other one should be here soon. And then our 2 extra credit shops, the first one being Labo Diamond Painting, another one I'm incredibly excited about because, again, very little English language content, if any, that I've seen for Labo. Mostly what I see is ASMR kind of whip-in chats, or not ASMR whip-in chats, just ASMR videos done as shorts, or TikTok and Instagram. So that's another one that I think I'll be introducing. But Paulo, we're not going to walk in the street. Go on. He's sorry, I say that every time we walk by this block, but he's yanking to get away from these 2 houses every time. He doesn't like being over here. I don't know why. It's probably the 50th time I've said that. So Labo, probably another reason why you don't see any US or content creators talking about it is, well, I don't know how long it's been like this, but they do not ship to the US. They sent me an email saying that due to tariffs and whatever restrictions that their shipping partner has, they can't ship to the US. So I said, fine. And I have them coming to Canada to someone that is helping me with this. And we both got a notification that it has arrived, I believe, in Canada. And so the person I have it sent to are expecting it within the next 1 to 3 days. So once that gets to my partner in crime, I am going to get on Pirate Ship and create a shipping label from their address to me, purchase that, and then email the shipping label to them. They're going to slap it on the box and get it to me. So I'd say probably another week or 2 for that one as well. And that's actually 2 different items. So that's exciting. And then the last one is Salmon Japan. I haven't gotten any notification. That's direct to me. They ship to the US from their manufacturer in China. But I haven't gotten any notification on that. Now, as far as how much content I've seen about this shop, very little. However, someone did point out that about 8 or 9 months ago, Bev B Crafts, I don't know what her channel name is, did a full unboxing to finish of one of their kind of mini kits. So you can go check out stuff about Salmon Japan. I did kind of scroll through the video just to kind of see, and there's chapter jumps there to see if there's anything that she didn't cover that I usually cover. We have very, very different styles of content creation. So I think I have something unique to add to the conversation about Salmon Japan, especially since it was really just that one video. And my canvas is 70 by 50, so it's much larger, has a lot more stuff going on. So I think it'll be a little bit more of a complete, I don't want to say complete, but you know what I mean. It's a larger canvas. So, and they have a lot of information available on the Salmon Japan website talking about the artist's story that I don't think Bev really talked about, their story and how they came upon diamond painting and how it all works. So I'm hoping that I can provide a little bit more of a backstory for that shop. So that's still in production, I'm assuming. So those are the 6 shops. Now, beyond that, I asked a content creator, I'm just going to say who it is. I don't know why I kept pretending like it's a secret, but Artemis Dreams, aka Artie, has a Queen's Atelier canvas that she unboxed nearly a year ago on her channel and hadn't hasn't started it yet. She commented on one of my videos saying it was kind of one of her save and savor, like rainy day canvases. But I was talking to her when I ordered from Queen's Atelier saying, hey, and this is what started this whole idea. I was like, hey, do you think you would want to, just stay right here. Do you think you would want to collaborate? Hi. Collaborate on a video or something where we both talk about our initial experience or, initial opinions with Queen's Atelier and talk, whatever. I was just throwing out ideas. It's like, we seem to be two of the few content creators that have, with YouTube channels that have Queen's Atelier canvases in our stash. Would you want to, do something? Or maybe you film a video clip and send it to me and I loop it into my video or into my, series or whatever, or we could go live together. And she said yes. So, and I was like, from that idea of Queen's Atelier, a Queen's Atelier collab is what really sparked this whole Summer of Seoul and the whole thing. So thank you, Artie, for kind of being my impetus for doing this. So that was one person. Then in my research, I found another content creator called Painting Sparkles. Her name's Romy, out of the Netherlands, that had done an unboxing from Queen's Atelier. And her videos are fantastic. I don't know how I didn't know about her until now. But I was watching her content on Queen's Atelier. At the time of filming this, she has already done a finish and review. She did an unboxing, a first impressions whip and chat, and a finish and review of one of her Queen's Atelier canvases. And so that's already there. So she's way ahead of the game for that shop. I'd say that's the one shop out of all of these that has the most visibility on YouTube. Lindsay over at Emeralds and Fairy Lights also has done an unboxing of Queen's Atelier. So I'm watching Romy's channel, falling in love with her content, and I keep hearing, she keeps doing little ads for her own shop where she does putty and stuff on Etsy. And I was like, what's this now? You have your own small shop? So you know me. I immediately went over to Etsy and started looking, and I'm like, ooh, ooh. And on one of her most recent videos, she said, customs charges and tariff charges and shipping charges to the US from the Netherlands have dropped significantly. I think she said by half or more than half in the recent days or week. So I was like, well, guess I'm heading over there. So I went over there, purchased, I think 3 putties. I think those were already shipped as well. They're on their way, so I'll be able to talk about those too. And I messaged her through Etsy, and I was like, hey, Romy, my name's Anthony. I have a YouTube channel, Single and Placing. I found you after trying to research Queen's Atelier content, and you're one of the 3 people that came up. And I decided to do this series over the summer called Summer of Seoul. I'd love to do either a live stream with you or, again, send me a video clip that I can stitch into one of my videos for the series so you can talk about your experience. And she has 2 Queen's Atelier kits. So I was like, I know you finished one. So if you're interested in talking about the one you finished, or if you want to crack into your next one and give us some first impressions from kit number 2, whatever you're willing to share about your experience with Korean diamond painting shops. And she was like, she said yes. We'll just say that. She said yes. So I need to send her some additional details. I mean, we haven't even started the series, and so I'm trying to figure out how this will work. Where will I place them? Maybe I'll just ask these people, send me the video clips, if that's the route you want to go with whatever you want to share, and I will find a way to stitch them in during the summer. Or if you want to go live, let me know some dates and times that work best for you, so we can go live, maybe not even live, maybe just a pre-recorded kind of chit-chat video, or live, I don't care, but whatever it is, let me know. So still working that out. So those are just 2 content creators that I have engaged with, or the 2. that I knew had kits from Korean diamond painting shops, and both are willing to collaborate on this, which is really cool. Really cool. So that's one thing that happened. Then, come on. And then I was talking to my stepdad last week, and I was like, hey, he's half Korean. So I was like, hey, I'm doing this series. He follows the channel, so he's aware of what I do on YouTube. It's like, hey, I want to do this series called Summer of Seoul, focusing on Korean diamond painting shops. And I've also been doing this podcast where Mia and I do interviews with shops, content creators, artists, so on and so forth. But I've done interviews with artists and shops solo for the channel in the past, over the years. So I was like, I want to do interviews or ask these shop owners in Korea interview questions, but I understand that there could be a language barrier there. What are your suggestions? Should I send them an email in Korean? Should I send them an email in English? Do you think that would be of any interest at all? Like, what are your thoughts? And he doesn't live in Korea. He lives in Hawaii, but he's traveled there, and he has kind of a working understanding of business relations overseas and stuff. He has had businesses in the past. So I just wanted to pick his brain. He's like, I am sure that they would love to break into the Western market if they haven't already. That's huge. So yes, you should, and send them an email in Korean. Default to Korean, and then if you get a response in English or they tell you that they're comfortable communicating in English, then go from there. So that's what I did. Sent a bunch of emails out. Not a bunch. I sent emails out over the weekend to the 4 shops. Starry Night Studio, Queen's Atelier, Pandora, and Kingdom On. Well, I already got a response back from Starry Night Studio. They responded in English saying that they are interested. And so I sent them the questions in English, and I gave them the option of either, or I said, I didn't give them, I suggested a couple options. They could film themselves on camera responding to the questions, and then I will sit in my room and ask the question and then stitch it back and forth as though we're having a conversation, and then use my audio software to do an English dub over their voice. So you'll still hear them speaking in Korean, but the English will be loud enough that takes precedence. So that was idea 1. Idea 2 was, I will send you the written questions. You respond, say, with a written answer, and I will either just recite them. So I'll just do maybe a whip and chat and say, we're hearing today from this shop, and then I'll say the question and then read their response. Or I can do the other idea where I ask the question on camera and then cut to one of their pieces of one of their product, like an image of their product or their logo, and do the voice, the voice, the AI or whatever voice dub for them. So I haven't figured out which one I'm going to want to do because Starry Night Studio said written. So I haven't received the responses from them yet, but I sent them the questions in English because that's how they responded. And then Queen's Atelier responded in Korean and said, yes, we are interested in written. We're interested in written. And then they went on to say, it was very sweet. It got me a little choked up, and we'll close on that. 2 things we'll close on. Anthony, don't forget the two things. Two things. Okay. They responded saying yes, they are interested in doing a written, and they were like, we noticed that you purchased one of our kits that does not, or that has regular drills and enhancements, but we'd like to highlight our 100% fairy dust and enhancement kits with you. Would you be willing to receive another kit in all fairy dust? So I said, thank you for being willing to participate. Here are the questions. And absolutely, I'd love to receive an all fairy dust kit. In fact, the kit that I wanted originally from Queen's Atelier is this male figure, and it's 100% fairy dust. And he's like, it's a lot of darker colors with like these spots of like glitter or moonlight, glisten. And I was like, that will look incredible. Oopsie. This lady, or, well, it doesn't matter, lady or man, but I'll just say this person backed into their garage to park, did not back in far away. And I guess their garage door wasn't censoring it, and she was letting it close, and I just heard it smack into her car. Oopsie. So that's the kit that I wanted. But by the time I decided to go down this route of purchasing from Korean shops, it was sold out. So that's why I got where Hanbok holds its grace. So I was like, yeah, I would love an all fairy dust kit, but I didn't want to respond being presumptuous and saying, if I could please have this one, you know. So I just said, absolutely, thank you so much. Gave them the questions. So Queen's Atelier responded early this morning. I haven't written back yet, and has answered all the questions with a lot of heart, a lot of thoughtfulness, a lot of detail. And keep in mind, this entire time we've been communicating in Korean. So I've been asking ChatGPT to put the email together for me, and I'm just telling it what I want to convey, the tone, making sure that it is respectful, kind, professional, but not super professional. Still conversational, but professional. Expressing my gratitude, all that stuff, you know. And then I take it from ChatGPT, and then I put it into Google Translate, because I don't 100% trust ChatGPT. You know, I want to ask it, what does this say in English? You know, give it to me in English. But I don't 100% trust it to do it right, or I don't want it to be the one that checks itself. So then I go over to Google Translate, put in the Korean, and then see what Google Translate tells me it says in English. And it's always been correct, but I like to do that like two-step process to make sure that it's not saying something I don't mean it to say, and the messaging is correct. It's always been correct and very, very kind. So I wrote back and I was like, or they wrote back and said, here are all the questions. And they gave me one talking point about their products that they do want me to share during the unboxing. But they went on to say, which like got to me, is like, they said, you know, I want to thank you for being willing to communicate in Korean. My English isn't very good. I'm, you know, not confident with it or whatever. So this means a lot. And I was like, you know, I'm glad I called my stepdad on that, because I would have just assumed, you know, and sent an English language email. And sure, they could translate it into Korean on their end, but I think doing it that way shows that I have that in mind, you know, and I want to be accommodating and easy to talk to. So they said that, and then they were like, here's our upcoming full fairy dust kits that will be on restock in April and in May. And wouldn't you know it, the kit that I want is there. So I got to pick, which I wasn't expecting. So I haven't responded, but I am going to respond and say thank you so much for providing your answers to these questions. I haven't decided if I'm just going to recite them myself or utilize like a voice assistant to do vocalization for the video. And here's the kit that I'm interested in. So I'll have another kit from Queen's Atelier at some point in the summer, full fairy dust, to share with you all. So that's kind of the full story, at least from what I can remember. But this just went from me shopping at these shops and just wanting to, I wanted to be the first to share them with the community, with the Western audience, or at least one of the first. And that was really going to be that. And then it kind of blossomed into bringing some other content creators on board to share their thoughts and opinions and kind of highlight these shops and these products. And then I took it a step further and reached out to the shops directly, even though I was nervous about it because there's that language barrier. And I got 2 so far that have expressed interest in sharing their shop's story and their story with everyone to give some more context. And one's already given the responses, which I can't wait to share them with you. I want to start working on that project immediately, but I need to chill out. Been a lot of long nights. So I'm also trying to diamond paint and work on these canvases as quickly as possible to give my thoughts and opinions and show my work, The proof is in the drills being, what are they? I forget. Poor thing. There's this gal, I think we've talked about it before, but there was a content creator that did this whole video series on like what I hate about diamond painting influencers. I think her name was Whitney. It's neither here nor there, but I ended up listening to one of those because I forget how I ended up there. It was just like on an autoplay. I ended up there. I was like, what is this person going on about? There was like a lot of airing grievances about the diamond painting community, I think, which I'm no stranger to that, believe you me. But some of the stuff I was just like, okay. But one of the things that she had mentioned is like, you can't really trust or believe these influencers or content creators on promoting products if they haven't put, I think she's like, drills on canvas. You have to see the drills on the canvas, which I kind of agree with to a certain extent. Anyway, so anytime now that I like get something new to me, I immediately am like, I gotta put drills down for people to believe me. So that's what I'm working on, is trying to get drills down on these canvases and get finishes done over the summer too. So rather than just singing the praises of these shops that I've discovered and getting excited, I have to show you guys why I'm excited. And I'm happy to do it, but it just means a lot of late nights. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. 2 content creators, 2 shops have joined the party. And so there's going to be a lot of fun stuff coming this summer. I'm trying to film and record as much as I can between now and when I move for this series, and just start scheduling it all throughout the summer. Sprinkle it around, and then throughout the summer, when I have time, then I can inject more content for the series. But it's kind of a blessing and a curse that all these kits are coming in at the same time, because I feel like, oh gosh, I got to get to it quick. And I want to get it shared quickly because I want to be the first. And then, so that's the curse of it, is feeling like as soon as I see the mailman walk up with the box, I'm like, gimme. Okay, camera, go, let's move. But it allows me to make the unboxings be kind of the first videos we're gonna see in the series. So you can kind of see them all, see all the unboxings, and then the whole summer is actually working on them, seeing them come to life, talking to other people that are also working on them, talking to the shops that are proud of the products that they're providing. So I feel like it's a good structure, and I didn't plan for that. it's just falling into place that way. And I can do first impression videos through April, whip-in chats, potentially a finish and review, and just sprinkle those May, June, and July. Or April, May, June, and July. Just throw them around, because at least I've gotten the unboxings done. So, anyway. So, two things. So I was saying I was getting a little emotional reading the email from Queen's Atelier, because, you know, this went from an idea of, you know, just wanting to shop, I guess, wanting to shop more and step outside like the US shop realm and see what else is out there, and just seeing how much is out there that a lot of us don't even know about, you know, and how cool that is to be looking at products from all around the world that are tied to your hobby. Like, it was a lot of fun, but then getting that email was like just so cool. And not only from Queen's Atelier, but from Romy, you know, getting confirmation from Artie that she's interested in. And of course, you know, other stuff I'm doing with international content creators, like, of course, the podcast with Mia is huge. But like, how crazy this has gone, you know, with this channel, and just like where it's taken me, and this whole dive into like international small shops and stuff has really, like, suddenly I'm communicating with people in Korea, people in Denmark, people in the Netherlands, and like we're all kind of have the same interest. And yeah, I knew that all along. You know, I have viewers and commenters and subscribers, you guys, from all around the world, but like to be working on like a project together in one way or another from like Asia and Europe, and it's just like, it's so crazy. Like, this is my hobby, like this isn't even my job, and it has me working with people all over the globe. It's wild. So I was just reading that email like, this is crazy. Like, this is truly crazy. And what an incredible opportunity, and how thankful I am to still be around and creating content. And it's one of those things that, you know, I've been pulled out of I pulled myself out of the small shop drama, you know, that little circle or that little world that I got sucked into in the first like year and a half that I diamond painted. And it's like looking back on that and like seeing where the channel is now and what's coming up is like, I'm so glad that I just opened myself up to just doing what I want to do and embracing what I want to do, and letting go of, well, what would people think if, or, you know, what will people say? What will these specific content creators with this number of subscribers say? And did you ask these bigger channels or these bigger players if this is something you could or should do? Will this ruffle anyone's feathers? Was this already someone's idea that you're taking? You know, all that stuff. Letting go of all of that and just kind of following my heart and my little notions or whatever, you know, and just following these threads and see where they go. And if they run out after an inch, they're gone, fine. But if they go on for 100 miles, then that's fine too. But not letting anyone cut the thread short or yell at me for pulling on that thread. It's, I don't know. I just had this like, it just kind of hit me when I was reading that email and translating it from Korean into English. I'm like, what am I doing? This is crazy. This is so cool. Like, who else is, you know, this is such a unique opportunity. So, I don't know. I was over the moon. It completely pulled me out of this mini funk that I was in for the past, I'd say, like 4 or 5 days. And I was just like, you know, if this ever becomes something, you know, something really big where I can dedicate, you know, make it a job someday, which is, very rare, if anyone has done it in the diamond painting space. But if I could ever, I really could see myself leaning into, helping shops, have a bigger social media impact from around the world, global shops that are trying to break into the Western market, help kind of consult and guide them through that and assist with content and what works here. There's something there. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something there. I'm like, I would love to be able to do this all the time, make my days about engaging with shops, with content creators, with artists, connecting them with shops, introducing, artists to other global shops that are looking for upcoming artists. Like, that would be such a cool job. I don't think it's a real job. I don't know what that is, but I would love to do it. So anyway, that's the one thing, is just, I'm very thankful for not only you guys, but for you guys and for everyone that introduces me to other people and check out this shop and, hey, have you seen this? Please keep it up. Even if I respond saying, yeah, I've seen it, please keep yelling at me to look over here and look over there and have you heard of this and have you seen this? It'll help with the podcast, but I think it's really going to help me to create a better channel, So that leads me into the last thing we're going to talk about. The channel growth here has been pretty wild this year. It's not wild like, ooh, I'm at 1 million, like, you know what I mean? But compared to years previously, this year has started quite strong. Stronger than 25, stronger than 24. This has been kind of the biggest uptick of new subscribers that I've seen probably since the first few years I started, when the channel was really getting off the ground. Things kind of have stagnated, and I'm not saying that as if it's a bad term, but it's just been kind of flat-ish, very slow growth for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And I think that's self-inflicted when I was talking about ending it. I think a lot of people heard me say that and kind of left or put me on mute because they're like, well, he's done. And then didn't hear me come back and say, just kidding, So I think I'm winning some of those folks back. But I think the podcast has gotten a lot of new exposure to not only my channel, but Mia's. And certainly since announcing the Summer of Seoul series, and they call it gem cross stitch in Korean is kind of the literal translation. It's not called diamond painting exactly, it's called gem cross stitch. So I learned what that phrase is that people use on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube in Hangul, and I've been using that as a hashtag I use that in a hashtag in the introduction video, and I'm using it in all the series videos. So I don't know if that means I'm seeing a Korean audience show up and check it out because of search functions, and I'm, putting the names of shops they're familiar with. I don't know. But regardless, there has been this upswing, and it's not massive, but it's massive for me, seeing another 70 people show up in the past month and a half is big for me. That's huge. When normally it might be, I don't know, I don't keep too much track of this, but 7. So I want to keep that momentum going, and I know it will happen just with the direction I'm moving, but I want to give people a little bit of an incentive, and as a thank you for being here. And I always say, don't forget to share this content. I want to thank you all for doing that. But I want to give a little push to 4,000. I think as of today, I'm 70 people away from 4,000, which is wild for me, So here's what I'm going to ask of you. I'm going to formally ask you, I know I ask it in every video, but really, truly, I want to make that push to 4,000, and I'd love to see that happen during Summer of Seoul. So if you know of any crafters, friends, truly friends, family, anyone that might be interested in this channel or this type of content, or other people in the crafting community, or hell, I know a lot of, I'm not on Facebook, and I know that's a missed opportunity for me, or I'm not active on Facebook. If you're in groups that allow you to share, hey, check out this channel or this series or this podcast I'm really excited about, because I know a lot of these groups don't allow for, let's go this way, self-promotion. But if you feel like it would be okay, or you feel comfortable to be like, hey guys, Anthony or Single and Placing is doing a series focusing on these Korean diamond painting shops that looks really interesting. A lot of these shops no one's ever heard of. Might want to check it out. Or hey, Anthony and Mia just started a podcast. You might want to go check it out, and throw my way. It would be such a cool milestone and such an amazing feat to hit 4,000 over the summer during this series that I'm incredibly excited about and can't wait to get to. I'm over the moon. It's a 4-month long thing that I'm trying to put together, introducing these shops that a lot of people have never heard of before. It's just such a cool opportunity. So I'd love to get it in front of as many people as possible. And I'm not, no pressure or anything like that. I'm just asking, And here's what I'll do. If we hit that number, or if the channel hits 4,000 between now and when Summer of Seoul ends at the end of July, I will do a giveaway of a kit. Not a gift card, not anything like that. Or not a gift card, or not like a dollar amount. I will give away a kit for your choice of the shops that we're highlighting. So you can pick from Queen's Atelier, Pandora, Starry Night Studio, and Kingdom On. Internationally, you can pick from those four, and Sam in Japan. Internationally, you'll also have the opportunity to pick from Labo diamond painting. But if you're in the US, I'm going to take that one off the table, because like I said, I've had to ship this to someone who's doing me a favor in Canada and then ship it to me. So I want it, that one's only for international, unless they change their policy over the summer and start shipping to the US. So once we hit that 4,000, I will do a thank you video and give all this information again. I'll explain how to enter. You don't need to fill out any forms. It'll just be comment based. And you have your pick of the litter from whatever's available from those 5 or 6 shops. Additionally, if at the time that you win, there is nothing available on that site that you're particularly interested in, I will send you an IOU. So you're allowed to keep your eye on those shops. And the second something releases where you're like, this is the one I want, Anthony, I will buy it for you and have it shipped to you. So that's what I want to do. And you know what? We'll do 2. We'll have 2 winners. So you take your pick from those shops. This is open globally, so share it with friends. Please, I kindly ask if you feel comfortable and if it's allowed to hype me up a little bit, hype up Single and Placing in the series and the podcast on your social media platforms or groups that you belong to. Again, within your comfort level. I'm not trying to pressure you, or I'm not asking you to go out and spam. If you feel it's right, or if you feel good about it, go for it. If that happens between now and the end of July, we'll do 2 kits from one of these amazing shops. And I will cover shipping, customs, tariffs, whatever it is. Because another thing is I understand that these shops, given all the taxes and customs and tariffs, are really out of reach for a lot of people. So even though I'm excited to share, I understand that it potentially is sharing a lot of stuff that people just don't have within reach. So I want to throw a couple out there too, you know, to thank you guys for everything. We're just pacing now. Thank you guys for everything. And also as a celebration of that milestone, and as a celebration of kind of a new reach to other people that diamond paint all over the world. I have more to say about that because of the response I got from an international shop about diamond painting that I found interesting, but we'll save it. So anyway, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You put up with so much crap from me. You put up with my sassy days and my upset days and my happy days and my crazy days and my lazy days and all that stuff. And I just want to thank you for continuing to stick around, because, you know, I come out of sometimes these dips where I'm like, not so hot on the channel necessarily. And I come out of them and these ideas blossom, and then suddenly it just opens up this whole new arena. So it's fantastic. There's other things in the works. I'm working on doing some revamp of the look and the feel of the channel. It might be a very slow transition, but just kind of making each thumbnail a little bit more unique, so it's not just copy paste. So making some changes there. Changing my titles so they're a little bit more grabby and interesting, as opposed to like a catalog, you know, where it's just like unboxing : this. We've been chat episode this, you know. I'm trying to make them a little bit more grabby, just to create some more variety and interest. There's all sorts of like little things I'm doing to kind of make it a little bit more, I guess, approachable for more people. So anyway, thanks for coming along. I'm gonna get inside and film the rest of that unboxing and go live. I love you. Thank you. I'm gonna announce this on the live too. Thank you. I love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, and anyone that you think might take some value. Please. I'm just kidding. Anyone. I mean anyone. Your groomer? Does your groomer know about diamonds? Great. Does your aunt in Hoboken like a nice gay guy walking around chatting once in a while? Send me her way. Why not? Okay, bye.